What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we currently have multiple nuclear war command and control planes up in the air. And this evening, we had as many as three nuclear war command and control planes. And we also had two presidential Doomsday planes. And one of these Doomsday planes flew to Colorado Springs. If you watched my prior update from this afternoon, I was showing you guys the two Doomsday planes. Well, one of them flew to Colorado Springs. And guess what's in Colorado Springs, guys? That's where we have our Doomsday bunkers. Cheyenne Mountain and NORAD are located in Colorado Springs. Cheyenne Mountain is a huge bunker underneath a mountain, okay? And it's a continuity of government site for VIPs, including the president. So here we have a zoomed in look at the Doomsday plane's flight path over Colorado Springs, and you can see it was doing these loops here at the Colorado Springs airport. Now, one of my subscribers sent me an email with a video. He was actually working at the airport on the tarmac, and he had footage of this Doomsday plane flying over the airport and doing loops around the airport. Now, I can't share the footage due to technical issues, but basically, he was filming this plane, doing loops over Colorado Springs Airport. So, this is very, very suspicious, guys, to have two Doomsday planes in the air today, three nuclear war command and control planes, one nuclear sniffer plane or nuke sniffer plane. These planes detect traces of radiation in the atmosphere. Usually they're used to monitor nuclear testing by our enemies like Russia, China, Iran, or whatever. If they're doing any kind of nuclear tests, we can detect that with these planes. But to have one of these Doomsday planes fly to Colorado Springs today is very, very concerning. So we also have some strange activity here off the coast of Delaware. We have a reconnaissance drone doing loops here near Ocean City. And this is where Assateague Island is and Chincoteague. There's the Wallops Island flight facility here. That's where they launch rockets from. But this reconnaissance drone was flying off the coast of Assateague Island, Delaware area. And one of the nuclear war command and control planes was doing loops out here. And when they do these kind of loops, it means that they're actually communicating with a nuclear armed submarine. And they do these loops in order to keep their antenna as vertical as possible, the antenna that they use to communicate with the submarines. They deploy the antenna out of the plane. It's a long cable. And so when they fly in loops, it keeps the cable vertical. And there's also some sub hunters off the coast of southern Jersey. So something's going on over here, guys. And we have this interesting situation unfolding in Mexico at one of the churches in Mexico. A statue of the Virgin Mary was crying, and many people think this is a miracle of some kind. Going back many hundreds of years, anytime there's like wars around the world and time of hardship, usually you'll see statues of the Virgin Mary either crying, or you'll see a crucifix with real blood coming from the wounds of Jesus Christ. So this is very, very concerning, guys. Okay, it means that God is not happy with our world and what's going on here. Okay, we have war all over the world right now. We have Jews and Christians being persecuted. Look at all the hate for Israel right now. All the hate for Jews. It's spreading globally. Okay, so this is not a good sign. It means that God is not happy. And we had a massive rally today in Washington, D.C. Look at this picture. These are all supporters of Israel, as many as 250,000 people here in the Washington Mall marching in support of Israel. So I want to just update you guys with some of the latest information that I have on Israel. The White House said on Tuesday, which is today, that it had its own intelligence that Hamas was using Gaza's largest hospital, the Al Shifa hospital, to run its military operations and probably to store weapons. And the White House said that that constitutes a war crime. And John Kirby, he said, we have information that confirms that Hamas is using that particular hospital for a command and control node and probably to store weapons. Okay, that's the national security spokesman, John Kirby. So this is pretty strong words coming from the White House, basically confirming everything that Israel said about that hospital. And he also said that the United States had information that Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad were using various hospitals in the Gaza Strip, including the Shifa Hospital, to conceal or support their military operations and to hold hostages. He said those groups were also prepared to respond to Israeli military operations against the facility. So, very interesting. And he said that the information came from a variety of intelligence methods. And he also added that the Biden administration had downgraded the classification level of some of the data so it could be shared with reporters. And we also have some breaking news coming in this evening that apparently Israeli special forces are now raiding that Shifa hospital right now, and there's heavy fighting going on. And the IDF spokesman, Daniel Hagari, said that today the evacuation of the Al Quds hospital in Gaza was completed. And he said that they transferred incubators and other equipment for premature babies. He said the equipment is prepared and ready for delivery. And this is for the Shifa hospital, that they're moving incubators to the Shifa hospital. So, contrary to all the propaganda and fake news about Israel, that they're murdering civilians and all this stuff, it's just not true. And a spokesman for the Houthi rebels in Yemen claimed responsibility for launching multiple ballistic missiles at various targets in Israel today, including Eilat. And he said this was the second attack in 24 hours, and the previous one was with drones. Israel's war cabinet is convening for a crucial session to discuss a potential hostage deal with Hamas. The proposal involves a 3 to 5 day pause in Gaza fighting. Details are yet to be finalized. And Belize has announced it is suspending diplomatic relations with Israel over the Gaza war. And here we have a picture that was released by the Houthi rebels threatening Israeli ships in the Red Sea. And here you can see a container ship on fire. So this is not good, guys. Looks like the Houthi rebels are going to continue to launch ballistic missiles at Israel. Hezbollah has ballistic missiles as well. And so things are just continuing to escalate. Pray for Israel. We need to pray for Israel. That's very, very important right now. So I'm going to continue to monitor the situation. I will be back tomorrow with more updates. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the bell icon below so you get notified when I post these emergency updates. And other than that, take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.